Hi, Todd Durgan, part of the Dave Hebler Kenpo Karate Association. We're here for another session with Senior Grandmaster Dave Hebler to talk about some of the adventures and various things that happened and that he got to experience throughout his life in Kenpo with Mr. Parker and other various, probably more famous people. Mr. Hebler, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
Very good. It's been a great weekend so far here with Mr. Rainey's tests and everything. Yeah, having a good time?
Yeah. I tell you, it's always a blast for me to come up here to Seattle. You know, folks are great. You know, and treated good. Have a good time.
That's important.
Do some Kenpo.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right on. So start with the first question, and I'm sure this is something that a lot of the younger generation Kenpoists are probably, maybe a little bit curious about, but can you just kind of give us an idea of some of the types of things and the sense of how things were to train with Mr. Parker, at various times throughout the time that you got to train with him?
Well, if I had one wish for all of the Kenpo students in the world, that wish would be that they would have the opportunity that I had to train directly under Senior Grandmaster Ed Parker. Because that was an experience that was pretty darn unique. Ed, for a big man, even in his later years, he had like amazing hands. I mean, you didn't want to get hit.
Yeah.
And I assure you, you didn't want to get hit, because I'm pretty sure he hit me maybe 10,000 times, something ridiculous like that. He never broke any bones or anything, but he came close.
Right.
So, he had the kind of control that was pretty amazing. I'm sure you see the situations today where somebody will say, "Hey, throw a right punch." Then you'll do whatever silly thing you thought up the night before, that you think is a cool technique. And Ed Parker was like that.
Right.
Whenever he wanted to demonstrate something, he would look at the dummiest dummy in the place, and that was usually me. He said, "Dave, come up here. All right, throw a right." And I would throw a right, and he would eat my arm up, and then he would pummel whatever part of my body he wanted to pummel, at the time. In defense of Dave, I got to tell you that it's pretty darn difficult. Well, let me start this way. It's pretty easy to beat on a willing dummy.
Right.
That's pretty easy. It's not hard to do at all.
As it's been proven throughout the YouTube environment.
It's pretty darn hard to be on the other end and respond in the correct manner. As you know, techniques flow from move to move to move to move, from minor to major and what have you. And you, as the dummy, need to be able to react in an appropriate manner, as if that weapon had actually made contact.
Right, like a sympathetic response to the
Yeah. So I got quite good at being a dummy, whatever. But he would come like so close to like breaking whatever it is that he was hitting. And every once in a while, now I gotta tell you, I used to be like really fast. Fast.
I've seen some video, yes.
Yeah. And
that's the term.
Every once in a while.
That's the term Dave the Mongoose, right?
Yeah, the Mongoose.
Right. Wasn't it Elvis Presley gave you that?
Yeah, Elvis gave me that name.
Anyway, sorry.
And it stuck. Yeah, I guess. So every once in a while, Ed would pull me up in front of a bunch of people and say, and by the way, when I say Ed, That's exactly what we called him in those days. We didn't call him Mr. Parker. We didn't call him Grandmaster Parker.
Yeah.
We didn't do any of that. We always called him Ed, which he preferred, which is fine. Anyway, every once in a while he would come up and say, "Hey Dave, throw a right." And I would step in and I would throw a right, and then I would throw a left right behind it, without him knowing that I would throw the left.
Dangerous territory, huh?
And he would do like boom, 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 and catch them both, and then look at me and just grin, and laugh, and I would go, "Oh crap," because I was thinking of slipping something in on him, and I was never able to actually do that.
Interesting.
So working out with him was like an experience. He and I, oh my God, we just did millions of demos, everywhere. I remember he did Leap of Death on me one time on a parquet floor.
Ouch.
Ouch. I don't think there's a harder surface on the planet, anyhow. When he landed, he kind of slipped a little bit, and one of his hands, just smashed my face dead into the parquet floor. And I'm sniffing back blood and stuff all over the place. I mean, he just rearranged my face, right then and there. And it was just a minor little touch, actually. And my thought at the time was, good God, I'm so glad he didn't hit me full bore. I don't know what would happen. He'd have destroyed my face. That same demo, we're walking outside, and Ed is carrying one of our sticks. Okay, and you know how guys will like playfully, go, he don't look too tough to me, and make a fake swing.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, there's this moron standing off to the side, and he did exactly that. And Ed Parker just went with that stick, and broke the guy's arm.
Oh.
And kept walking. He never even stopped. He just kept walking. And I stopped, and I looked at the guy, and I said, "You all right, dude?" And he's going, "Oh, you broke my arm." And I said, "Well, how stupid are you?" Right?
Was this with somebody in the audience?
Somebody in the audience, yeah. As we were leaving.
Wow. So as a student, and I know it's been a long time since you've been a student of Ed Parker's.
Yeah.
Face to face,
Longer
and
than you've been alive.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And training under him, or learning material. As a student, what was it like to kind of try to glean the insight of what he was teaching? His lesson.
He would make you feel it. To see is to be deceived, but to feel is to believe. Right. And I think I quoted that close to correct. He really meant that. Right. He really did. Yeah. So, he didn't have a problem laying the wood on you at all. I saw him throw Tom Kelly about 6 feet through the air.
Wow.
At about 340 pounds or whatever Tom weighed at the time.
Not a little man.
Yeah.
Ever in the history of his life, I don't believe.
Yeah. Immensely strong, incredibly fast, and had the kind of control that we all wish that we had. He really did.
Now, would you say that a lot of that came from probably his superb timing with regards to just stance, body position, maneuvers, stuff like and those types of things that is probably inherent to anybody who has reached a mastery of the art?
Yeah. It's kind of hard for me to describe it, but he actually was thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead whenever he was doing some sequence of moves, whatever they may happen to be.
Right. Just like his analogy of
he had an end game,
the pool in the Infinite Insights, his analogy.
Uh-huh.
So he was really about that.
yeah, he was actually like that. He really was. So he never did. I never saw him throw a kick higher than the waist, ever.
Mhm.
But he didn't have to.
Right.
You know, he did something that I teach and believe in to this day. You know, if you got a choice between trying to kick somebody in the head and kick them in the knee, you know, take the knee.
Mhm.
You know, every time we just take them out.
Put one to the knee, and then you can put one to the head easily at the same height, right?
Yeah.
Bring them down and out.
Yeah.
Right on.
And you know, he just had this amazing ability, you know, to do that. And